Were you a part of Universal's like original discussions for Fast and Furious when they brought back Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, or like did you like not have anything to do with that at the time?
Well, Too Fast, Too Furious. What happened was when I was working on Too Fast, Too Furious, when I first read the script, I immediately realized that Vin Diesel wasn't involved. But my boss filled me in. So, and meetings, I sat in a meeting at Universal Pictures with Scott Stuber, who was at the time the vice president of the studio, the whole thing, right, in production. So we're sitting there with about 20 people at the table, and I had already gone through the script and so forth, and realized that there's no Vin Diesel. And think I don't know how this thing's going to make it without Vin Diesel. And Paul Walker, I didn't think was very strong. And then when I got back from that meeting, my boss said to me, Vin's not here because he's off doing Riddick and Triple X, right? He was doing Triple X. Rob Cohen, the director, brilliant guy. He figured out initially before the first movie, I listened to him talk about Paul Walker like he's going to be the next Steve McQueen, which didn't pan out. You know why? Because Paul Walker is not really an actor. He told me that 100 times. I'm not an actor. They keep paying me to put me in these movies. So if it's got guns, surfing, or cars, I'm in. Bro. And if you look at all of his movies, one of those things is in that movie.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, but he's just a down-to-earth guy, really was. Okay, so he had no imagination or ego about this kind of stuff. He was just a teenager, in a man's body, running around and living the life. La vida loca, I think Vin Diesel will say. So then Vin Diesel went off to be the other thing, and Rob said to me, Vin Diesel is going to be the next Arnold Schwarzenegger, which didn't happen. Wow. It didn't happen. And so then Justin Lin, when he was hired to come in and give new life to the franchise with Tokyo Drift, he had a poolside meeting with Vin Diesel and said, we want you to come back. And he said, I will do that if you give me the rights to, was it Riddick? And to finish out that series, which I think he's working on this now. Something else beyond Fast and Furious. I think that's going to be a comeback of some sort, if I read the tabloids right. And then now Riddick went out. The first movie did Triple X box office. I don't think that movie did very well, about like 150 million, I think. 142 million bucks. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, and a big budget too for those kind of movies.
Yeah, but it made 132 over outside of the world. Outside of the USA. So 277. It's not terrible. Vin Diesel got 10 million payout on that one movie. That's in 2002 money. That's not cheap.
Yeah, that's a nice little payday for him.
Well, considering he only made like $1 million for Fast and Furious 1.
Vibe Talks, exclusively on Vibe 105.